Which two of the following items should be recorded in the accident book? Date of the accident. Location of the hospital. Injuries sustained. Telephone number. National insurance number. Why should you report an accident? It is a legal requirement, so that everyone can find out what happened. It helps the site find out who caused it, so that your company will be held responsible.
Which two of the following would result in you being ordered off-site? Being under the influence of drugs, driving downhill with a heavy load, losing your road user's driving license, driving without using the flashing beacon, being under the influence of alcohol.
Who must you report a serious accident to? The police service, your employer, the ambulance service, site security,
Who is responsible for reporting any unsafe conditions on site? The contracts manager, everyone on the construction site, the client or principal contractor, the site manager. When must an entry be made in the accident book? When an accident causes injury to any worker, when a worker has been off sick for 3 days, when a compensation claim is completed, only if the accident involved broken bones.
Where should accidents that cause any injury be recorded? In the building inspector's diary. In the main contractor's diary. In the site engineer's daybook. In the accident report book.
In order to reduce the risk of accidents, which one of the following should be avoided when driving vehicles on site? Implement a one-way system around the site. Drive through loading and unloading areas. Reverse without the use of a vehicle marshaller. Use designated turning areas. While working on site, you cut one of your fingers. What should you do? Report it and get first aid if necessary. Clean it and tell your supervisor about it later. Report it at the end of the day or the end of the shift. Wash it, and if it is not a problem, carry on working.
Which type of accidents should be recorded in the accident book? Any injuries requiring treatment in a hospital. All accidents causing any kind of injury. Specified injuries only, such as broken bones or a death. Only accidents where time off work is required. A scaffold has collapsed and you saw it happen. What should you say when you are asked about the accident? Exactly what you saw, giving as much detail as possible. As little as possible because you don't want to get people into trouble. Who you think should be blamed and punished. As little as possible, as you are not a scaffold expert.
You are injured in an accident at work. When should you report it? Only if you have to take time off work. At the end of the day before you go home. The next day before you start work. Immediately or as soon as possible. What action should be taken if you witness a serious accident on site? Tell your supervisor that you saw what happened. Ask your workmates what they think you should do. Telephone the local doctor for advice. Say nothing in case you get someone into trouble. You have been injured in an accident at work and, as a result, are absent for more than 7 days. Which two of the following actions must be taken? Your employer must inform the Health and Safety Executive, HSE. The accident must be recorded in the accident book. The emergency services must be called to find out how the accident happened. You must pay for any first aid equipment used to treat your injury. The local hospital and the benefits office must be informed.
If you have a minor accident, who should report it? You, if possible. Anyone who saw the accident. The subcontractor. The Health and Safety Executive, HSE.
Under what circumstance is a worker allowed to operate a plant vehicle? If they have been working for the company for over 6 months. If competent and authorised to do so. If they are the site manager or supervisor. If they have a full international driving licence.
What is the main objective of carrying out an accident investigation? To place blame, to find the cause and prevent reoccurrence, to identify the people involved, to help track the cost of insurance claims. If someone is injured at work, who should record it in the accident book? The injured person or someone acting for them, the first aider identified on site, the company contract manager, someone from the Health and Safety Executive, HSE.
When must an accident be recorded? Only when a person breaks a major bone or is concussed. Only when a person is injured and will be off work for 3 days or more. Only when an accident causes injury to a worker as a result of working activities. Only when an accident causes damage to plant or equipment.
Which of the following is the least important reason for recording all accidents? It might stop them happening again. Some accidents have to be reported to the Health and Safety Executive, HSE, to find out who is to blame and make sure they are prosecuted. Details have to be entered in the accident book.
Why is it important to report near-miss incidents on site? It is the law to report all near-miss incidents. To learn from them and stop them happening again. It is a requirement of the CDM regulations. To find someone to blame so claims can be made.
Which of the following does not have to be recorded in the accident book? The injured person's home address, the injured person's national insurance number, the date and time that the injury happened, details of the injury sustained.
Which of the following statements best describes a near miss? An incident that nearly resulted in injury or damage. An incident where someone was injured and nearly had to go to hospital. An incident where you were just too late to see what happened. An incident where someone was injured and nearly had to take time off work.
Which two of the following are the main reasons for reporting accidents, incidents, and near misses? To make sure none of the supervisors find out about the accident. To help the company avoid being prosecuted or fined. Certain incidents or accidents have to be reported to the Health and Safety Executive, HSE, to find out whom claims should be made against. To understand how and why things went wrong. What must be done if an operator is driving plant equipment faster than site speed limits? Shout at the driver telling them to slow down. Inform a supervisor or manager. Alert all other staff on site to be careful. Wait until they stop and talk to them about it. You suffer an injury at work and the details are recorded in the accident book. What must happen to this accident record? It must be kept in a place where anyone at work can read it. It must be destroyed at the end of the job due to confidentiality. It must be treated as confidential under data protection laws. It must be sent to the insurance company at the end of the job.
When an accident or near miss occurs, who should be involved in the investigation? All relevant staff, company directors, the owner of the company, company investors.
When must an accident be recorded in the accident book? If a person is injured in any way. If a person has a day off work with a cold. Only if a person suffers a broken bone. Only if a person has to attend hospital.